So, toys. We all know that kids are associated with toys. Wherever there are kids, there will be toys. So now, toys have been around for centuries, been around for so long. And the toys nowadays are obviously going to be very different from the toys in the past. So why don't we dive deeper into that? So this is my presentation on the Thousand Years Toys, the hardship journey into modern era. My name is Eleanor and I'm from Cita, Hati, West. So first let's introduce the topic. So here we have a toy from the 1950s and some toys from the 2000s. There's a big difference. The toys in the 1950s back then, they were much more so-called mature. And how I got this topic? It's because one day me and my family were opening a photo album and we actually saw a photo with my mom's mom, so my grandmom, with some of her toys, and it got me really interested. How different were the toys then and how different were the toys now? And after looking at her toys in the album, like in the picture there, I could see very clearly it was very different, like from the picture from the one in the 2000s. It was much more childish, vibrant than it was in the past. Now, then came a problem that I thought of. How would the difference in the evolution of toys from era to era face the world in the past, present, and future? Now, comes the literature study. Now you can clearly see there's toys from the past and toys now. Here we have a wooden toy, a porcelain doll, and some plastic dolls we know of today. Now why is it important? Because it revolves around children. Children are obviously very fragile, and a lot of deaths has happened due to not having any safety rules or whatever, just like in the Victorian era, how lead was used everywhere. Now, what methodology did I use for my research? I used the qualitative research, where I go to the digital media, such as websites and etc., through the internet, and then I analyze the things inside of it. After that, I make a documentation based off it, like this. So, to conclude, in general, the historic research is used to explain in detail, while using facts, of course. Where more research will be conducted about toys from era to era. Also the reason on how some toys have kept living on and surviving despite the dramatic change of eras and their preferences. Now those will be discussed based on the historic side, and we'll be using the interpretation that is from an expert, so we're able to categorize the toy's history. Here are some of the sources we used. Next, a quote. History will judge us by difference we make in the everyday life of children. Nelson Mandela.